from the front three. That's Townsend Bell between the white car of Hildebrand. Now check that, Hildebrand's up there, but he's also on the tail end, right? Yeah, so he just made his pit stop. And guess who's in the lead? Carlos Munoz goes to the front with 10 laps to go.
Really no surprise, guys, because he's an Andretti car. Andretti, you think about from a year ago how they really struggled in this race, but came here with a new Honda package, and they have been so strong ever since they unloaded off the trailer.
A lot of lead changes late in the race. In recent years, we talked about this being the most competitive time in the history of the 500 this last decade. I don't think we've seen the last lead change yet. Question is, will there be more than one before the checkered flag? How many will there be?
He's opening up the air for everybody behind him, so they'll be right back on him probably in a lap and a half. Very difficult to lead Alan around here.
As you guys were mentioning before, they've all hit it on the same lap. Carlos Munoz and Newgarden and Kanaan. Hinchcliffe, who's a bit further back, so everybody's pitching in the same boat right now.
The closer we get to the end, the closer you'll see cars taking different lines.
Kanaan's pit crew has just put tires out. Tony Kanaan's pit crew has put tires out in front of us on the pit lane. So look for the third place driver to dive in here. Here he comes.
9 laps to go.
Scott Dixon also pitting. Matty Brabham was the other car leading into the pit lane there.
Another 57, guys.
Jan?
And even though they put out tires for Tony Kanaan, look for those who stop now with only 8 laps to go. They may not take the tires because all they need is fuel, but they're going to go for Tony Kanaan with tires. He won't need a whole lot of fuel, so this is a strategy call. I think there'll be others who might try a splash without taking tires.
Kanaan had a little bit of trouble getting going. It looked like they're out of his pit box.
Well, always, when you know there's a car coming that you'd like to beat out of the pit lane, you're a little anxious and lit up those rear tires and just didn't get enough traction by the looks of it.
So Newgarden leading Munoz. Now Munoz by Newgarden. 7 laps to go.
So it looks like you managed to keep the lead for a lap and a half.
There's the gap from Kanaan back to the race leaders.
Kanaan's trying to do is he's trying to run some great laps right now. He'll try and get past Matty Brabham, who's going a little slower than him. But Kanaan wants to just put some laps down. So when the other guys come in pit lane, he hopes that he's made enough time up that he comes out and he's contention with them for the victory.
So with the shuffling of all that's happened in the last 100 miles of this race, Hinchcliffe is third, 3 seconds behind the leaders. Oriol Servia is up to fourth. Alexander Rossi is fifth. Now Rossi passing Servia as Oriol pits. Will these two run out of gas? Will they come to pit road? If so, when and how will it shake out? Everyone here in Indianapolis on this front stretch side standing up as the pit stops begin to unfold in the pit side grandstands.
Newgarden in the pits.
Simon Pagenaud ahead of him. 5 laps to go. Hinchcliffe also pitting this lap.
Joseph Newgarden. They said it's going to be a splash of fuel. He was only like 2 laps short. And rolling in front of him, James Hinchcliffe. 5 seconds of fuel for Newgarden. Hinchcliffe likewise just getting a top off. And he is away for the final laps at Indy.
Power here, buddy.
And here comes Munoz.
And the final stop, this could be the critical stop that determines who wins or loses this race. 24-year-old Carlos Munoz, a huge Juan Pablo Montoya fan, said, I want to do what Juan did in 2000. 4 seconds of fuel, he is away.
Watching Tony Kanaan. So now Alexander Rossi will become the new leader of this race with Elio Castro-Neves in second. There's Rossi in the 98. Graham Rahal is a lap down to him. Rahal in the red car right behind him.
Then we have 3 laps to go.
So the question is, was he gentle enough on the fuel mileage to be able to make it to the end?
He last pitted at 164, 36 to go.
Much like the other guys did at lap 164, they came in. Is he far enough back and, like I said, soft enough on the gas pedal to maybe not have to come in for the splash of fuel? He looks like he's starting to run just a slower pace, guys. 2:14 that last lap. Tony Kanaan was about 2:21.
2 laps to go. Can a rookie win the 500 on an economy run?
What a story that would be.
Letting everybody go. He had a half a lap lead on Carlos Munoz, who came off the pit lane ahead of those who were the leaders. He's coming to the white flag. 1 more lap to go.
Half a lap lead, half a lap lead. Punch and coast. Save fuel. Punch and coast.
Boy, I'm just thinking about Rodney Gordon running out of gas back in 1999.
There's Munoz in the blue and black car. He and Newgarden are going to race for second at the moment unless Rossi runs out of fuel. He's off of turn 2. He's half a lap to go.
Full throttle, full throttle, full throttle, full throttle.
Messages are now going too slow.
Got this. Bring it home. He's down to 2. And push, push.
He's done it.
Checkered flag is in the air. A first-timer is going to win the 100th Indianapolis 500-mile race. California's Alexander Rossi to the checkered flag, and he's done it.
Checkered flag. You just won the Indy 500, baby. Oh, God. Let's go. Oh, God.
Merged his team into Andretti Autosport this offseason. They hired Alexander Rossi to drive. They just engineered the strategy that has won them the Indianapolis 500.
I heard it. You won with Dane Weldon this way a few years ago. Now you've come back with Alexander Rossi. You've taken a rookie to the win here at the Indy 500. How did you do it?
You know what? Everything has to go right here. You know, I want to thank DW and, you know, the time we had here in 2011. This is unbelievable. You know, I thank want to thank all the sponsors, Napa Auto Parts, Castro, everybody that came on board. But man, it was so close at the end. And for a rookie to drive with the poise he did in such a tough situation, I mean, I was telling him, don't let anybody pass you, but save fuel, and he did it. And we won again. And I'll attribute to Alex, Michael Andretti, the whole team. I mean, we worked so well together this month, and I was hoping one of us would win, and I was hoping to be us. And amen, it did.
You're on your way to victory circle, Jan.
And of course, that car is co-owned by Michael Andretti. I know it wasn't a great day for Marco, but how exciting to bring Ryan Herta in, former driver of yours, and now to win the Indy 500, the 100th run.
Unbelievable. I'm proud of Brian. They did a great job with their strategy, obviously, and it paid off. But to get a 1-2 finish in the 100th running of the Indy 500, pretty good.
Congratulations. The Andretti luck turned around this time.
It did. Thank you. It was great. I'm just so happy for everybody on the team. I'm so happy. We brought these guys on board. We brought UFD is back, and so we are just so happy. Napa's name I was trying to think about.
That's because he's vibrating.
I'm so happy. Yeah. So it's so awesome.
Congratulations. Awesome job. They're just obviously thrilled down here, Alan.
I would say so. So 36 laps on fuel, which is an extraordinary number here at Indianapolis. He has no more to get back to victory lane without assistance. But Alexander Rossi, climbing out of his car and waving at the fans up there in turn 4, is certainly worthy of a Firestone moment of the race, as he'll be towed in to victory lane.
What an extraordinary victory. Incredible. I'm speechless.
And this is really no fluke, because you think about it, he was almost in the Fast 9 in qualifying. So for a guy that's just coming to Indianapolis, he did a tremendous job. Carlos Munoz, obviously very upset for finishing second. I've lived that. I understand that.
So Rossi, who left the United States to go to Europe as a child to pursue a career in Formula One, came back to race in the IndyCar Series this year. And on his first try, he wins the Indianapolis 500, our Firestone moment of the race, as he made the fuel last just enough to stay out in front and get across the finish line. We talked about there was going to be a twist of plot if the race played out that way. There's your twist of plot right there.
I never for a moment thought they would be winning the race. Tremendous. I'm so happy for Herta. Don't forget Dan Weldon. That was a very similar last moment win for them also. But that is really incredible. And how fitting to have that happen on the 100th Indianapolis 500. An American back in the winner's circle.